Hey, everybody out there for Financial Residency, Coffee and Contracts. Again, this is John with Contract Diagnostics. I'm going through questions from our past talks. We have another one coming up in March, early March of 2023. So check out contractdiagnostics.com and sign up. It's educational, non-promotional. We would love to have you there. We usually have a couple hundred people there, and there are tons and tons of fun and a lot of content. So here's a question for today. It says, hey, I'm going through a contract now. This private practice is with a 2-year guarantee, then I'll be a partner. Contract says the partnership's to be discussed 3 months before the 2-year anniversary. Is that usual, or should we have something else in the contract more granular? I was told during the interview that the assets are calculated fair market value and then divided by total numbers of partners. Is this fair? So let's take those one by one. So 2-year guarantee. Okay, guarantee, I'm assuming that means a guaranteed income. So they have a flat salary for 2 years and maybe you roll off. Or maybe it's a 2-year guarantee and you can bonus. Understand the compensation structure in detail because that's super important, especially with a private practice contract. You're most likely going to be on collections and not RVUs. Now, the other thing it said it'll be discussed. So 2 years, okay? So it says I will be a partner. So will be is always questionable, right? You may be. Most contracts don't say you will be a partner in 2 years. It'll say we'll consider you for partnership if it says anything at all about partnership. So I'm not quite sure if you'll be a partner or not, but if you meet the metrics that they have and that their goals for you, which I think is important to ask, then you may be offered partnership. So let's say that you get there and you've accomplished everything that they wish and you've been offered partnership. Is 3 months before the 2-year guarantee sufficient? I would prefer 120 days instead of 90 days. Just the reason is sometimes it takes their attorneys a long time to get I don't know when they do their evaluations, how they calculate fair market value, which this says, and then how long it takes to get you the paperwork, how long it takes you to have reviewed, how long it takes you to ask questions, negotiate, and sign it. I don't want any delays in terms of when you'll be on partnership pay, partnership vacation, and everything else. So 3 months, I'm glad there's something in the contract. A lot of times we don't see anything in the contract regarding timeline, so I think that's a very important thing to have in there. But is 3 months okay? It's fine. I think 120 days is better. And again, on a timeline, we generally see 1 or 2 year tracks to partnership. I have seen 3, 4, and 5. I've seen 6 even in one case, but we generally see 1 or 2 years as far as a period to evaluate, are you partnership material or are you not? Then it says the assets will be calculated on fair market value and divided by the total numbers of positions. So I want to know how they're going to calculate it. Are they using a formula? If so, can we see the formula? Can we see the historical numbers for what other physicians have bought in at? Are they using a third-party analysis to determine fair market value? Who is this person or firm? Have they done it before? Are they qualified to do those things? How long will it take them to do that? Sometimes a business evaluation can cost $5,000 or $10,000 if it's done appropriately, maybe even more. So is the practice, if it's a one single physician practice, are they willing to take that cost on at the time or not? If it's a big group and they've got 3 people joining partnership throughout the year, are they calculating it once per year or every single time someone buys in? That value, of course, may change. If it's a smaller group and let's say that the business right now does $3 million in collections and you come in there and you grow it to $4.5 million. If they're basing the buy-in on a multiple of revenue or a multiple of the profit of the company, your work just costs you more for buy-in. So I want to know how they're going to value it, and then of course how they're going to pay, and then of course what you're going to get for it. So you'll be a partner. Great. For what? This one says that the fair market value will be divided equally. I'm assuming that means you're an equal partner. Let's make sure that there's not A shares and B shares. You have a full voting share. You have just as many rights as other physicians that are there. But I think the way that this question is worded, I think looks fine. I think all those things we talked about, a salary guarantee for 1 or 2 years, a detailed, like a place in time, right? After 18 months, after 20 months, after 30 months, we'll talk about partnership and evaluate and let you know you're in or you're out. I think those are important things that we could have in the contract. But I think I've seen it twice in over 12,000 reviews we've had here at Contract Diagnostics with me and my team, is something that said, on this day, you will be partner, you will pay us this much money, you will get this % of the business. So that is hyper rare. I encourage you to ask lots of questions and get as many details on partnership as you can in the contract. But at the end of the day, I wouldn't put something like that in if I was hiring an associate and I thought they may or may not be partnership quality material in the future. So make sure you ask a lot of questions around partnership. We have great internal documents that we can share with you. They're free, and we'd love to send them to you. Reach out to us, info@contractdiagnostics.com. You can hit us up on any website that we have at contractdiagnostics.com. There's all kinds of ways to interact with us there. And of course, on Financial Residency, you can go to the website or you can contact us through Tammy at Financial Residency as well. And if you have a question, send it in. We'd love to answer. Until next time, enjoy the coffee, and I look forward to talking with you soon.